After a two-game skid, the Bruins are looking to bounce back during a home-and-home series against the Minnesota Magicians. My name is TJ Shalat, and this is your weekend preview. The Bruins lost more than both games this past weekend to the Aberdeen Wings, as they're still without the services of head coach Steve Howard, forwards Dante Sheriff and Connor Milomak, and defenseman Jed Pietila, all of whom are still suspended for Friday night's game. But perhaps the best medicine to being shorthanded and in a little bit of a funk is taking on a team that's in an even bigger hole, and a team that the Bruins have had good fortune against so far this season. The Magicians come into Friday night's game at Riverside Arena with a record of 4-10-4-2 and have lost their last 7 straight, with Austin being victors in 2 of those games. In those games, all 7 of their losses, the Magicians have struggled to find the back of the net, averaging just 2.14 goals per game, and that includes a 5-goal high watermark in which they lost to the Janesville Jets 7-5. So what will it take for the Bruins to snap their losing streak and perhaps make it 9 straight losses for their Midwest Division rivals? Here are my Sellers lock and key keys to the game. Number 1, it'll all start behind the bench. With head coach Steve Howard eligible to return for Saturday night's game up in Richfield, assistant coaches Keegan Asmundsson and Kenny Orlando will once again run the show on Friday. The Black and Gold played admirably this past Saturday with Howard out, and I expect more of the same now that the team has had an entire week to digest and practice, knowing that they'll have a tandem coaching system in place once again for Friday night. Just because the big boss isn't on the bench doesn't mean systems, responsibilities, and roles go out the window. I look for Asmundsson and Orlando to execute the coaching strategy faithfully and the players to follow suit. Number 2, the Bruins need more from their bottom 6. We talked ad nauseum over the last few weeks about the successes of the top 6 forwards since coaches Howard and Orlando shuffled the deck. It's time now for the bottom 6 to make their impact. Peter Jacobs scored his first NAHL goal 3 games ago, and that was the last time a bottom 6 forward lit the lamp. The Bruins need more. They need that roundedness from the lineup and the bottom 6, and they should get the chance once Milomak returns from suspension, and due back shortly is Oscar Stahl, which will cause a shift in the lineup once again, but will help strengthen the bottom 6 even more. And finally, goaltending. Brett Miller was the Bruins' workhorse since returning from the USHL, getting in 7 straight games. His injury in the opening minutes on Friday night was something of concern at the time. Miller seems to be okay and should be ready to go for this weekend's matchups should Coach Howard and Coach Asmundsson decide to put him in. Coming off a banged-up weekend and his goalie partner Tyler Shea coming off a 2-loss weekend means confidence is key this week. If the Bruins can knock off the Magicians with the goaltenders playing solidly and keeping mistakes to a minimum, they should have no problem taking both games on the weekend. Those were my Sellers lock and key keys to the game. The Bruins host the Minnesota Magicians Friday night for Ladies' Night right here at Riverside Arena before heading up to Richfield to complete the home-and-home on Saturday. All ladies tickets are just $5 for Friday night's game, plus ladies get 50% off alcohol sales all night long. Tickets are on sale now at all the Bruins vendors, including Games People Play, Hy-Vee, Holiday Inn, and Jim's Marketplace. The Bruins have won 2 straight against the Magicians. The Magicians have lost their last 7. It's a recipe for victory for the Black and Gold, but will it come true? You'll have to be here to find out on Friday night as the Bruins take on the Magicians. I'm TJ Shalat, and this is your weekend preview.